Hey you guys, so I haven't done a cooking video with you all in a while, so I thought that I would go ahead in the middle of, actually at the end of me doing this process, that I would show you guys what I'm actually making for Christmas. Actually, it's going to be the same dish 3 times for 3 different homes. So I'm going to make my grandmother one, my father-in-law, and my parents. I am making chicken enchilada casserole. So what I've done is I bought the bone-in chicken thighs because they didn't have the boneless and skinless. So I went ahead and skinned all of those, washed them, took all the skin and stuff off of those, and then I went ahead and washed them again. Once all of the skin was off, I added in a bunch of chopped onions, as you can see. And the seasonings that I used are garlic salt, Lawry's seasoning salt, black pepper, and I also use some Mrs. Dash. So those are the seasonings that I use to season this. Now, this chicken is going to season in the refrigerator overnight. It is about 3:35 p.m. 3:35 p.m. So I will not be cooking this meat until tomorrow after 5 p.m. So it's gonna marinate in the refrigerator for over 24 hours. So when I get back to that point, I will show you guys how I sear it and how I get my meat prepped and prepared to go ahead and make the enchilada casseroles. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and stay tuned. Hey everyone, so now we are back. We are getting ready to start the process of making this chicken for the chicken enchilada casseroles. And so I have my big pot here. I have the chicken that has been refrigerated over 24 hours. And as you can see over to here, I have butter and oil. The butter and the oil is what I'm going to be browning each side of the chicken before boiling it. So let's go ahead and get started. So my pan is heating up, so I'm going to go ahead and add in my butter and oil. I'm going to add the oil in first. I have my eye on, it's between 7 and 8. So you don't need a lot, you just want enough just to coat the bottom of the pan. The butter helps to keep the oil from burning. So I just have this much butter that I'm going to add in. Oh, we don't want it to burn now. Come on. Okay, here we go. And I'm going to actually turn this down just a little bit. So this is going to keep the oil from burning. I have my little foil and plate right here that I am going to add my seared chicken to. So now we're just going to take it out. See, it still has all of the onions. Has all of the onions. That wasn't supposed to happen. That is not safe, you guys. Make sure you have a grip on your food. Oh my gosh, that was dangerous. That could have been very bad. So what I'm going to do is just get as many in here as I possibly can without crowding. Move them around so that they don't stick. Okay, so It looks like I can probably get one more in there. And again, these are bone in, so I am going to have to debone them once they cool down. So we're going to just go ahead and let them sit for about a minute or two on each side, and then we're going to go ahead and flip them. Okay, so they have been cooking for about 2 minutes or so on this side. So now we're going to go ahead and flip them. And this is what they're going to look like on that side. And we're going to flip them and we're going to cook them for a couple minutes on the other side as well. Oh, look at you guys. Oh, don't that look so good? Like it has that little brown crisp to it. So I'm going to get all of these flipped. One more. Oh, come on. Okay, so we're going to get all of those flipped, and now we're going to let those go ahead and brown up on the other side too. And I just wanted to say that I love my family. I have never made this much chicken enchilada casserole at one time. And normally I have boneless and skinless thighs, which makes the process a lot smoother. But in this case, I have a lot of chicken that needs to be browned and boiled. And then I also have a lot of chicken that needs to be deboned. And then I have to make 3 casseroles. So I love you guys, and I hope that you love it and that it was all worth it. I'll be back. Okay, so these are ready to come out now. So they have been browned on both sides. So we're going to bring these out and we're going to add more in. Normally when I make it a smaller quantity of these, I would not do them like this. I would brown and boil everything all in the same pan, but it's so many that I have to do this in stages, but they will all be boiled in this here pan. And I haven't added in any more butter and oil. I will only do that if needed. I still have quite a bit in the bottom of this pot. So yeah, you guys, I am going to go ahead and just keep on browning these chicken thighs, I should say. And then I will come back once I am done browning them all, so that you all can see what the next step is going to be. So I'll see you guys in a minute. Okay, you all, so I've gone and solicited some help from my red pot because I just was not going to stand here and use one pot to make all of this chicken. It would have taken forever, so I decided to just solicit some help. So all of the chicken is either in the pot or over here to the left, waiting to be put back inside of the pot. So I'm going to go ahead and just let the rest of these chickens brown and crisp up. And also, you guys, when browning the chicken like this, it leaves like little bits on the bottom of the pot, and it's just like all of the goodness from browning the chicken. So when you boil your chicken, all of that is going to just come right on up off the floor of that pot. So since I have flipped these over, I think I'm gonna go ahead and start adding back in this other chicken. This pot or this plate is really heavy, so I'm not gonna pick it up until I get some of these off of here. I don't want anybody sliding away. And I can put a few more in here also. Okay. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put these back in the pot. Put these over here. So I did not use any more oil or butter inside of the large pot, but of course I did add some in to this pot to get this one started. Okay, just kind of just move them around a little bit, loosen up anybody who's stuck at the bottom. Now I am going to start filling the pot up with hot water. I really feel like I should be using something else to fill these pots up, but, well, at least this big one. I don't fill it up with cold water because it's already hot in here, so I don't really know if that makes any type of difference, but I've always just used hot water. And you want to put enough hot water to cover the chicken. This is how I also make my meat for chicken tacos, except again, I normally use boneless, skinless thighs. But I love to use thighs because they don't dry out. This is a pretty long process. The boiling takes a while because you want to boil the water just about completely out. I like to try and leave just a little tiny bit of juice to help me to shred the chicken, because I normally shred it inside of the pot. But this time I'm going to actually remove it from the pot when shredding because I have to debone them. Okay, so that's good. Enough for the water. Now we're going to get our lids ready. Just kind of move the chicken around. Okay. And so what I like to do is I like to let them come to a boil before I put the lids on. So I'm going to go ahead, clean up, and I will come back to you guys when they're boiling, and then from there when they're done. All right, everyone, so we are officially at a boil. So at this point, I am going to just put a lid on them and check on them periodically, make sure nothing is sticking to the bottom of the pans, and just basically check on them to move them around a little bit every maybe 15-20 minutes, and then wait for the water to boil out and the chicken to get done. So I will be back with you guys when it is time to start the shredding process. Okay, everyone, so we are back. It is the next day, and I have my casserole pans out. I'm going to be using a small one for my grandmother. So these are the ingredients that I'm using. So I'm going to be using the Mexican style blend cheese. I'm going to finish off this one, the cheddar jack cheese that I have. Then I have the flour or the corn tortillas. And then here is my shredded chicken. Sorry, I did not come back to you guys with the chicken last night. It was getting late and I just kind of wanted to get it done. So this is the shredded chicken, and then I'm going to be using the La Victoria red enchilada sauce, and this one is mild. So I will show you guys how I assemble these. I'm going to go ahead and do the two big ones right now, and then I'll come back and show you guys the small one. Okay, you guys, don't mind the mess that I have over here. So I made two big ones, and I'm making this is the second small one. So what I do is I add some of the sauce to the bottom of the pan. I don't feel like putting my tripod up, you guys. So we're going to do it like this. And then I come over and I put down the tortillas. And since this one is so small, I'm only going to put 3 down in here. Actually, I'm going to rip this one in half and kind of scoot it to the corner, like so. Okay. Then I'm going to get the cheese. Sprinkle the cheese down. And of course, make sure you have clean hands when doing this. And now I'm going to dig down into the chicken. And I'm actually making this one just for my household, this small one, because I had extra chicken and an extra pan. So the big one's got to go. The small one can stay here, and another small one for my Nana. And I'm still going to have some chicken left over. I'll figure out something to do with it. Okay, so now I am going to add some more cheese. Okay, now I'm going to put some drizzle of some more sauce. And then I'm going to top it off with tortillas. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm going to put a little bit of sauce here. And then I'm going to just kind of smear it around. And I'm going to cover this with foil and put it in the oven And I'm going to let these bake. I might have to take the small ones out a little sooner because they're little. But I have these in the oven right now. I'm going to check on them in about 30 minutes. And then we're going to top them with another layer of cheese on the very top. Leave the foil off, let that cheese melt on top, and then add green onion and olives. So you can add tomatoes, whatever you like. I do have some tomatoes, so I may add tomatoes on mine. My family don't eat tomatoes, but like after I cut it open, then I'll add some. So stay tuned. Okay, everyone. So we are back, and I have gotten the casseroles out of the oven. I'm going to wash my hands so that we can go ahead and complete them. Okay, so here I have some green onions and some olives. And we are going to now just go ahead and sprinkle the green onions and olives over the casseroles. You don't need a lot, just a few. Okay, and now we're going to go ahead and sprinkle on the olives. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, cooking with me. Christmas is definitely different this year. As you can see, we're making enchilada casseroles instead of the traditional Christmas dishes, whatever that may be for your household. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope that you guys like my casseroles. And yeah, so Merry Christmas to you all. Happy New Year. And I hope that everyone is staying safe, and I hope that you all enjoyed what I have here for you guys. Let's get some close-ups on these. So until then, thank you for all of your love and support and your subscriptions. And I will see you all in the next video. Till then, bye.